The white supremacist Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad triggered me in multiple ways and for multiple reasons. I'm not going to get into in this video why it triggered me personally so much. If you want me to explain that, I can make a separate video and go through that. But for the purposes of making this generalized to everyone, the gaslighting angle of it is really next level. You have people coming out and saying, this isn't that deep, this wasn't white supremacy, and then going on to basically defend it using a white supremacist framing. People like Megyn Kelly saying, I love how leftist meltdown over Sydney Sweeney has only resulted in beautiful white blonde girls with blue eyes getting 1,000 times the exposure for her good genes. Bro, that is open white supremacy. I know, everybody already knows Megyn Kelly is racist as fuck.
Actress Sydney Sweeney, it came out this weekend that she was a registered Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney, she's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Everyone is so fucking mad about the Sydney Sweeney thing. And she registered as a Republican in Florida. Yeah, well, duh. Because if she was a Democrat, she would have had blue hair. Okay, not blue jeans, silly.
Boy. So we got to continue our coverage of a couple of influencers that the left tried to cancel last night. Sydney Sweeney and Joey Swoll. And both of these individuals handled the cancellation in two different ways, right? There's a way that you should handle it. There's a way that you shouldn't handle it, okay? The way that you shouldn't handle it is the way that Joey Swoll handled it, by apologizing to the mob, groveling to the mob, just to come out and pretend to be leaving social media and to now claim that he's done apologizing to the mob, that he's going to continue to still, do what he does best, when he should have never apologized in the first place. Because it's really damned if you do, damned if you don't, and he found that out the hard way.
You guys want to know the real black fatigue? This.
Also, during last night's live stream, I used the word colored instead of saying person of color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term. A few moments later, somebody educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use that, which I immediately apologized to everyone and said I would never do that again.
It's exhausting watching you guys constantly apologize and try to make it seem like you did your homework, you did your research when you come with your apology. He said he did his research last night. Be so for real. You are 40-something years old. You don't know what Hulk Hogan said. You may not know everything that came out of that man's mouth, but you knew. You're 40-something years old. You don't know that colored is not the correct term and the racist past behind it. We're tired. This is what we're tired of. I want you guys to know my page is about accountability, but then you take none. I'd like to know who you voted for. I'm asking you directly, who did you vote for? Because the same things you were listing off about Hulk Hogan and why you deleted the post and why you're now apologizing, guess what? Trump did the same thing.
We do. Me. Love me or hate me, I am not going anywhere, and you are not going to cancel me. I just needed a few days to step back, to breathe, to get my mind right. And over those few days, I received thousands and thousands of messages from people telling me, do not quit. How much I help and inspire them, including messages giving me a good kick in the ass that I needed to get back up. So I am not quitting, and I am done apologizing. I'm going to continue making videos calling out bullies, being a voice for the people that can't defend themselves, and making the gym community and the world a better place, as I have done for years. Starting with this video right here. To this young woman, you want to criticize that other woman for the exercises that she does. First off, there is nothing wrong with the exercises that she is doing. You're a bodybuilder. Maybe you have different goals than her. Or is it that because you're bigger than her, you have muscle, that you think you're better than her and can treat her this way? If you really cared, why don't you go over and help her? Teach her some of those exercises. But no, you'd rather take a video of her to post online to make fun of her for likes and attention. You need to do better. Not be perfect, but you need to do better. And I really hope you do.
So Joey Swoll is back. And I knew that break was not about to be long, friend. One thing I knew, you was not about to be on a real break. And quite honestly, you look like you need it. You're stressed. Okay, I would have extended it at least another week. Now he comes back and he's like, you know, I got a lot of DMs and a lot of support and people that hate me or love me. I'm going to be me. Joey, let's just be honest. The only reason you're back is because you got tired of those news articles and every single side of TikTok calling you out. You couldn't deal with the left and you couldn't deal with the right. And now you're going to come back where I'm just going to be myself. And who were you? No, I mean, honest, you've been faking the funk so long. Now you've upset both sides, if you will, of the fence. And you want to come back as if it's like, I just got to be me. At the end of the day, the only thing that you were truly concerned about in them 2 days was your money and the image of who you thought people saw you as. Good luck with your content moving forward, but it's not going to hit the same. Drop y'all thoughts in the comments about Joey coming back.
Life can change in an instant. One moment you're fine, the next, well, everything is different. You're left with questions, with pain, with the feeling that you've been wrong, and the system, well, it feels like it is built against you. This is why you need somebody that's on your side, somebody that understands, somebody that will fight for you. At Morgan & Morgan, they're not just lawyers, they're advocates. They're here to give you a voice when yours feels lost. They've recovered billions for people just like you. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, takes on all types of injury cases from car accidents to medical malpractice. They fight for your rights and the compensation that you deserve if you become their client so that you can focus on healing. They've achieved significant verdicts over the past few months for the victims involved in life-altering car crashes, like out in Florida, a $12 million verdict, which was over 34 times the highest insurance offer. And they work on a contingency fee basis, which means that you don't pay unless you win. It's really that simple, to be honest with you. So you can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at forthepeople.com/Black Conservative, which will be in the description below, right? The link will be in the description below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen with your phone's camera. Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? The mob wanted to know who Joey Swoll voted for, right? They said, Joey Swoll, you're probably a Trump supporter, okay? Because you like Hulk Hogan, okay? This is what the left did. They tried to cancel the guy. He initially bent the knee, and then he decided to unbend the knee, even though once you bend the knee, you can't unbend the knee because at that point, the mob has identified and smelt blood in the water, right? And that's what happened to Joey Swoll, okay? So he is now trying to unbend the knee, okay, claiming that, you know, he's not going to be canceled or influenced by the mob. But again, he should have never apologized. He should have never apologized in the first place. He should have handled this the way that Sydney Sweeney handled this, right? When they tried to cancel her for her Great Jeans ad, right? Yeah, by not apologizing at all, okay? American Eagle nor Sydney Sweeney have apologized to the mob, okay? If anything, they've doubled and tripled down, okay, on this ad, and that is what Joey Swoll should have did, okay? And the left, they're continuing to be upset with Sydney Sweeney because, again, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, and they're now even more upset because they discovered that she likely is a Republican, okay? It is being reported that Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, and we know that the left, they definitely don't like that. Take a look.
All of us on the left are not surprised by this, right? I mean, there you have it. Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican as of June 2024 in the state of Florida. Holy shit, Florida. Can't get any more red than that. And this is for all the dumbass MAGA that were flooding my comment section, as well as many other comment sections among the left, stating that, oh no, she's just a hot white girl. You guys are jealous. And oh no, if you zoom in on their hats, it says make 60 great again for her mother's 60th birthday. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or you didn't vote. It's super weird to make red hats, even if it's your birthday. You know what it means to make a red hat. especially in that font size, looking the way it is, saying make blank great again. What do you think that means? Admit it, you came to her defense not just because you think she's a hot girl, but because you could smell her aura of her white supremacy and her support for a fascist, a rapist, and a racist. And you like that. Because that's the type of person that you are.
What kills me is she's not being red-pilled. She's not being Esther-pilled. Let me show you what we found out about her. Well, Miss Sydney Sweeney, known from Euphoria and White Lotus, put up as a registered Republican in Florida on June 14th, 2024 in Monroe County, following her relocation where she had no party preference. Have you been Esther-pilled, or are you the red pill? Are you the psyop they put in Sydney Sweeney? So I'm telling you right now, Sydney Sweeney has always been an op. She's always been an op. She's always worked for them. She's always been a part of the whole MAGA agenda. I don't know why this is surprising to anybody. I'm sick and tired of people being like, you guys are looking too far into it. Am I? You have all my evidence. I rest my case. Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know what the big deal is about the proof that Sydney Sweeney voted Republican. And I only say that because we already knew who she was. Sydney Sweeney told you who she was years ago at her mom's birthday party. And it's crazy that she voted Republican because we all know how Republicans feel about the LGBTQ community. She was on a show where she had a transgender castmate. So her coworker was transgender. Now the Republican Party in its current form is now synonymous with policies that undermine women's rights and the rights of the LGBTQ plus community. A lot of her fans, before they knew who she really was, were members of the LGBTQ plus community because she got her start on a show that was more so geared toward liberal viewers. Republicans were not watching that show, but she didn't care about appealing to the masses or appealing to any of us. She wants people to know who she really is. That's why she did the American Eagle ad. That's why she's supported a lot of the things that she's supported. And that's why she's never really addressed this whole thing publicly. There's really no point in us talking about it because she already told us that she's ass. We know that.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Okay, the cope is real. It is real. Leftists are upset that Sydney Sweeney is in fact a Republican. There's been a whole lot of speculation and theories about it because of some birthday party that, you know, she had for her parents or something like that. And, you know, they were wearing what looked like MAGA hats, right? And since then, people have been speculating about whether or not she's a Trump supporter. And, you know, hey, it seems like we're getting the answer to that question. If this is in fact true, that she's a registered Republican, doesn't necessarily mean that she voted for Trump, but likely that is the case, okay? And that's just the reality that leftists are going to have to deal with, that in 2025, it is okay to be a Hollywood celebrity, okay, to be a famous singer, actress, whatever, and to support Trump. And nobody really should be surprised by this because typically conservative women look better than liberal women, right? They tend to be hotter than liberal women. So, yeah, I mean, if a girl is above average looking, then, you know, it's probably likelier that she is conservative, or she may vote Republican, or she may be a Trump supporter. And, you know, hey, this is why I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all, okay? But these leftists, they got what they wanted, right? They got their smoking gun evidence that, you know, Sydney Sweeney is an op, okay, as if she's supposed to side with the left, right? She has to be liberal. But, you know, unfortunately for them, again, we don't live in a time period anymore where you can pressure people into believing or supporting your political beliefs, right? Because that's what they would do before in the past. You know, Hollywood celebrities would be afraid to come out and to say that they're Republican or that they support Trump because of the mob trying to cancel them, trying to bully them, right? Trying to take away their livelihoods. And they don't have that power anymore. And I think that is what really upsets them more than anything, is that they've lost the power to ruin people's careers, to cancel people over political disagreements. And this is why they're lashing out so heavily at Sydney Sweeney, because they know that, okay, we can't do anything about this. We've lost the culture war. So therefore, there's nothing that we can do about what they see as open promotion of eugenics, right? And white supremacy and Nazism, right? That's what they see it as. And it doesn't matter how much they scream Nazi and white supremacy. Nobody cares, right? Like, nobody's apologizing. Nobody's, you know, getting on their knees and begging for forgiveness. And that hurts them, right? It hurts them deeply inside that they don't have the ability to make people apologize anymore, right? That's what really, really, really hurts him about this, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.